Okay, let's go ahead and look at this. We're going to look at week 5 test taking skills, and this is just kind of a practice for the test we're going to take here shortly, the week 5 assessment. So follow along as I read. It says, which statement best describes the figures shown below? And that figure appears to be a rhombus. And we'll look at the answer choices we have here. The first one says, A, the figure has 5 sides. It does not have 5 sides. Rhombus has 4 sides. I can see it has 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is not true. B, its angles make square corners. I can see that angle right there does not appear to make a square corner. That's an acute angle, and that's an acute angle. And this appears to be an obtuse angle, and that's an obtuse angle. So that's not true. B is not true. C, all the sides are not the same length. Okay, and that's not true. All the sides are the same lengths on a rhombus. They all appear to be the same length. So C is not true. And the only answer I have left is none of these. So none of those are true. So this would be the best description for the rhombus. Let's go ahead and look at number 2 there. So number 2, and I'm going to zoom in on that a little bit. Okay, number 2, the shape below can be sorted into groups, or the shapes below can be sorted into groups. And we have the shapes right there. Which of these show the correct way to group these shapes? And I'm looking at the first one right here, F. It says there's 3 squares. I look up here and I only see one appears to be a square. That's a rhombus and that's a trapezoid. So I can eliminate answer choice F. F is not true. And I'm going to look through real quick and see if there's anything else that says there are more than one square. That's not talking about squares at all. This says it has 2 squares. I can eliminate this answer choice right here. 2 squares. There's not 2 squares, so it's not H. And the other ones don't mention anything about squares. But all I really have to look at now is G. And G and J. So there's 4 quadrilaterals. 4 quadrilaterals. Okay, let's look at it real quick. I see this trapezoid is a quadrilateral. It has 4 sides. That's true. It's a rhombus. Has 4 sides. That's true. And with square has 4 sides. That's true. So there are 4 squares. That's good. 2 pentagons. 2 pentagons. Okay, I see 1 pentagon, and we're not. Oh, there's not. I'll take that back. There's 4 squares. That is not true, actually. Or 4 quadrilaterals, because this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. That's a pentagon, and this one is a hexagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's a hexagon too. Appears there's 2 hexagons, so it's not that one. Let's double check this one. Okay, 2 hexagons. I got 1 hexagon, and I've got 2 hexagons. That's true. 3 quadrilaterals. That's 1, 2, 3 quadrilaterals. That is true. And 1 pentagon. That appears to be true. So our correct answer is J. And let's go ahead and look at problem number 3. Problem number 3. So, Domingo put figures into groups based on certain attributes. Sometimes he put figures into more than one group. And that's a table right there that shows the groups that he did for the attributes. Group 1 has all angles congruent. Group 2 is a polygon. And group 3, it has exactly 3 sides. So we'll go ahead and look at this and see which statement is true. A parallelogram could be put into group 1. A parallelogram has all angles congruent. Sometimes it could. It could be if it's the parallelogram happens to be a rectangle or square, so maybe. And you could put a parallelogram into group 2 only, 1 and 2 only. And a parallelogram is a polygon, so I'm going to put a maybe beside that. That's probably not the best way to do it. Let's go and look at B. A trapezoid could be put into all the groups. And I know a trapezoid cannot be put in group 3 because a trapezoid has 4 sides, and it doesn't have exactly 3 sides, so it cannot be that. Scoot up a little bit here, right towards the bottom there. Okay, a square can be put in group 1. Okay, all angles congruent. A square has all angles congruent, most definitely. And group 2. And it's a polygon. It cannot be put into group 3 because it has 4 sides. So I think this one may be my answer. I'm going to go ahead and circle it because that is actually better than this one. Because this one's only true if the parallelogram is a square or a rectangle. Okay, a parallelogram doesn't necessarily have to have all angles congruent. All angles congruent, it doesn't have to have that. Okay, and D. A hexagon could be put into group 1 only. Okay, a hexagon could have all angles congruent, but doesn't necessarily have to have all angles congruent. It depends on how you draw it. I mean, so that's a maybe. 2, I guess. A hexagon could have all angles congruent, but doesn't necessarily have to. So that's a maybe. Okay, but C is definitely better because a square does have all angles congruent all the time. They all have 90-degree angles, and it is a polygon. So, well, take this back. A hexagon could actually be put into group 2. So that is not true. So a hexagon is a polygon. So that one is not true because it says 1 only. So we'll eliminate that one right there. So C is the correct answer choice. A square can be put into group 1 and 2 only. And let's look at the last problem here. Problem number 4. A figure is divided into 7 sections, and they numbered them there. Okay, which 2 sections are quadrilaterals? So we're going to say which 2 sections have 4 sides. So section 2. Here, look at section 2, and we'll see if it has 4 sides. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. That is a pentagon. I lost for words here. That's a pentagon, so it cannot be F. Sections 4. We'll look at section 4. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's another pentagon. That cannot be it. Section 4. Section 4 is a pentagon again, so that cannot be it. So section 5. So section 5, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. That's a quadrilateral. So that's good. And section 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a quadrilateral. That's a parallelogram. So J would be the correct answer. Okay, what I'm going to have you do now is I'm going to have you go and do your basic facts. That's right after this. And then I'll have you go ahead and do the week 5 assessment. And I'll show you well, you know how to get there because you got to this video. So then you're going to go ahead and see if you have any missing grades. If you didn't get the assignment done from last week or any time this 6 weeks, go ahead and work on your missing or failing grades. Okay, and then you're going to have opportunity to work on extra math and then work on your recommended lessons in IXL. If you all do a good job on this, I'm going to talk the substitute, and based on how you perform, how you are talking, or if you're not talking during the test and working hard, she may let some of y'all get onto to Prodigy, or maybe do free choice later on. But do your best, and we'll talk to you later.